just a peace that came over me with the words, "You are a gift and a joy." I think that that was God speaking to me. I knew that I could hear God's voice through scripture. I knew that I could connect with God through worship. I knew that I could receive words of encouragement from other Christians, or that I could see the fruits in another believer's life and follow in their footsteps. But I couldn't say with confidence that I really had heard God's voice for myself. We were walking through a listening prayer together when we were asked to talk to God about, God, what do you think about me? And it was definitely not from myself. It was this, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just a peace that came over me with the words, "You are a gift and a joy." And those weren't words that I had heard someone else say to me. They weren't words that I typically use about myself. And so I could only be like, I think that that was God speaking to me. And since then, I've had those words at my monitor, and not only a reminder of my identity, but also a reminder of God's presence with me and God's ability to speak to me in day-to-day moments. I think Sundays are a marker, but really the everyday growing with the Lord is every day in the in-between moments. Sunday is kind of just like something to propel you forward and to come together and to reflect and to worship. Invest outside of Sundays, whether it's joining a small group or going and grabbing coffee with someone new, and like actually follow up with someone. If you get their phone number at church, like reach out to them and set time. I can't imagine myself working somewhere where making the truth of Jesus known isn't an active priority. There's so many ways to embody Christ, but for me, like that, it really feels like that's something that I want to spend my 40-hour week doing, or however many hours. But I don't know for sure what God has for us. We're going, and because I know that God can speak to me and wants to communicate to me, I'm trusting that during those 6 months that we will hear from God, whether that's continuing in missions, maybe it's moving back home to the States. I have no idea, but I really can only say that it was God who has been speaking this whole time that he wants me at A Seattle Church. There wasn't anything specific that I could even say why I went here. I would always want to invite like friends to come and experience A Seattle Church, and then when they asked, so why do you go there? I never had an answer. Like I never had something specific. It's not that there weren't good things to share about. I just didn't have like, oh, this is my reason. But yeah, I think it has really been God speaking to me when I didn't recognize it. And now in hindsight, like I can see that. I think that was when I was first able to say, oh, this is why God has had me in this community. And I wouldn't have gotten that if I had just jumped around from place to place.